What up, happy people? This is your boy SBK coming to you with another video. It's been a while since I've been on social media posting on my YouTube page. I do post on my community posts a lot just to check in with my people. I post on my shorts, but life's been life, so. But I got a video for you. So I wanted to come and give a video about putting things in their proper perspective, putting life, I should say, in its proper perspective, putting life and what's important to you at the forefront. What is important to you? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things in the media that's been coming out, the young man that passed away in Mississippi, Nolan. Then you got, the Carmelo Anthony case, I'm not going to make all this stuff about race, whatever, but I want to tie in everything as I'm sitting in my driveway and, I'm just thinking in retrospect and introspect as well of my life. And I just wanted to put things in order and then share with you so you guys can take something from it, I don't have to go into the case with the Carmelo Anthony thing and with the young man that passed away in Mississippi. It's all about knowing about your surroundings and not having tunnel vision, but have an open, visionary aspect when it comes to life, knowing your surroundings. And I always preach this to my family, my daughter and bonus son and family members. We get so caught up in life. We get so caught up in social media, government, and everyday life that we don't just look at things in its totality. We got tunnel vision, We get so busy with work. We get so busy with paying bills, raising our kids, responsibilities. Just, we get so focused on tunnel vision that we don't look at the whole big picture. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at cases where our children are losing their lives, and with these two young men, they lost their lives. And I feel like it could be a very teachable moment with all of us to not have tunnel vision, but to look at everything in its totality. And I'm not just saying, just about watching your back. It's not about, even though you should watch your back, don't get me wrong. Everybody should watch their back. I don't care what color you are, what kind of creed you have that you're in, or, everybody should watch your back. This applies to government. This applies to if you work every day, you have a 9 to 5, you just can't trust everybody. That's the main thing. You can't trust everybody. You can't go to everybody for advice. You can't put your personal business out there for everybody to consume it and then possibly use it against you. You can't just be everybody's friend, because everybody's not going to be your friend. Unfortunately, people have alternative motives. And you hear it all the time in the news, whether people are in it for money, jealousy and envy is always going to be there. I look at all this stuff and I turn to myself personally and I look back on my life, and raising children, raising a daughter, and I've had to tell my daughter, look, baby, everybody's not your friend, because she came to the house and said, hey, my friend this, my friend that, my friend wants me. How do you know that's your friend? You know what I mean? You know, my daughter's a lot like me. Very good-hearted, good-natured, will give the shirt off her back. And I've had teachers come to me and, you know, people from her school when she was in school and say, hey, she's buying these kids such and such and such and such, you know. And, you know, me being blessed to, you know, make sure she has money on her account to buy stuff and so forth and so on. You know, kids at an early age, they know, you know what I mean? They know when kids have it, and they know when they're blessed by their parents. That, you know, people just know. So I've had to pull my daughter to the side and say, hey, you know, I noticed that you're, you know, on your account, you've been spending some money, you know what I mean? And so, you know, kids and people at an early age, they will use you. I've been there as a kid, you know what I mean? It's just human nature to try to get over on people. So I made this video as a teaching moment for all of my followers, all of my subscribers, and anybody that's listening to me, to put things in their proper perspective. What is important to you? You know what I mean? Yes, everyday life is important, but sometimes we got to stop, take the blinders off, and look at the whole picture about what is going on with us. You know, and again, it's not about looking over your shoulder. It's not about constantly looking over your shoulder, but it is about sometimes stopping and looking at the totality of things and like, look, I've been working so much that I didn't realize that this is going on. I've been focused on just things that I thought that was important, and this is going on. You see what I'm saying? So let me explain, you know. So all of us, man, have things that bother us. We go to work and we have people that, you know, constantly, you know, stab you in the back. Family members stab you in the back, you know. And when those things happen, we always wonder why. You know, we always wonder why people stab us in the back and talk about us. But does that mean we got to stop trusting people? Not exactly, you know what I mean? But when you do have those things happen to you, when you do have people that are trying to ruin your reputation, trying to put dirt on your name, trying to throw salt in the game, right? When that does happen, you use that as a teaching lesson, of course, but you have to learn that that's going to happen again. That's going to happen again. It's just life, you know what I mean? So you have to be prepared for those things. So I look at these stories with the young man that passed away in Mississippi, going on that island or whatever, that beach, whatever, with friends, and he ends up losing his life. You know, with the Carmelo Anthony situation, being at a certain place, and he ends up going to jail. Somebody ends up losing their life, right? And these young men are the exact same age as my daughter. But as an adult, it could happen to me. It can not only happen to my daughter, but it can happen to me. So putting things in its proper perspective, knowing where you're at, being aware of your surroundings. You have to put things in your proper perspective, you know what I mean? Parents, we have to ask our children and ask ourselves, should we be allowing them to go there? Who is going to be there around them when they're spending the night and all this stuff, which I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of spending, my child spending the night, unless it's those that are close to me, my immediate family, but friends and all this type of stuff, man. We have to ask ourselves questions. When we're on the job, telling ourselves, speaking to ourselves, talking to ourselves, that doesn't mean you're crazy or nothing like that, but you got to be aware of who you tell things to. Now, of course, in business, especially if you're a leader, you shouldn't be telling your personal business to anybody in the first place. But whenever you tell your business or whatever, and you're vulnerable at certain times, and you start telling things and open mouth, insert foot, right? People use that against you. Oh, did you hear about such and such, such and such? He told me. Did you hear about what she did? She told me. So you can't do nothing but blame yourself because you trusted that person. So I think about all these things. And for one, again, quit having tunnel vision and look at the whole picture. You know what I mean? We live in a day, man, where folks are taking selfies all the time. I personally, whenever I'm in the gym, I'll take selfies, you know what I'm saying? But that's at the end of my workout, I'm not against taking selfies. I'm not against having earbuds in, you know what I mean? But if I'm out at the grocery store, or if I'm in a doctor's office, or I'm driving, I don't have earbuds in, you know what I mean? It's okay to have earbuds in when you're working, but you're out in the public and you're, with your family or whatever. Think about those things. We have mass shootings and stuff like that, in our country, you never know what's going to happen. You never know who is getting your information or picking your pocket. People that are about to rob you, steal from you. People come up from behind you. Ladies, this is for you as well, you know what I mean? You never know who's lurking around the corner and trying to take advantage of you, trying to take advantage of our children. So I'm just saying here, man, we got to take the blinders off. Everybody is busy. Everybody has things to do, but you have to be aware of your surroundings, ladies and gentlemen. Quit trusting everybody. You know what I mean? Immediate family, people that love you and want to see the best from you and will do anything for you. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about, man, everybody's not your friend. Not everybody's your friend. Being a father and a single father for a number of years now, I chose to not act like I'm a single man, even though I am a single man. But let me explain. There's been plenty of times where I've been criticized for not hanging out with friends, not checking in with people, not going out and partying, and I'm at my age, I'm done with the partying. I'm done with the going out and drinking and abusing my body. I'm not, if you do that, power to you. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with going out, and I'm not it's nothing wrong with going out and having a good time from time to time. But at a certain age, I'm speaking for myself. I became a single father after my daughter's mom passed away. And right then at that moment, I decided that my daughter was the most important thing in my life. She still is, by the way. So I couldn't have tunnel vision You know what I mean? I couldn't just work and work and work or whatever. And, her mom is going to call me about this and call me about that. I had to take the blinders off and just look at the totality of things. And with that being said, I chose not to go to certain places. I chose not to act like a single guy out here not having responsibilities. So am I misunderstood? Absolutely. To this day, I'm misunderstood, man. I'm misunderstood because, I'm not, visiting people or not, I've been accused of being, antisocial. You know what I mean? I've been accused of, being selective. That's fine. I'll take that. But it's either I'm going to be a man and accept my responsibilities as a father and making sure that my daughter has a great education, raising her, teaching her right from wrong, being at the house and being the protector that I need to be, or me being out here just abusing my body, which I don't do that anyways, but out here on the streets or whatever, being with women, bringing every Tom, Dick, and Harry at my house, you know what I mean? Bringing women at my house. I decided that I wanted to be a great example to my daughter. And that's caused me a lot, hey, he's not around. I don't give a damn about none of that. Because at the end of the day, I think I did a pretty decent damn job with raising my daughter. I think I did a decent damn job at being a homebody. There's nothing wrong with being a homebody, So I think that I did a really good damn job at not just trusting everybody and not just being an absent father. You know what I mean? Being a father is a 24-hour day job. You know what I mean? So it's not off and on with me. So I said all that to say this. I use that as an example to you guys, to let you guys know that there's nothing wrong with being a homebody. It's nothing wrong with knowing where you're at, knowing your surroundings, and putting first things first. What's important to you? It's the same thing with social media. You can't trust every social media creator out there. I don't really, on social media, I don't really take a lot of stock in what a lot of these folks say. Now, there's a lot of people on social media that I support. It could be entertaining. It could be informative. It could be, it's a tool, right? Social media is supposed to be a tool. But I am aware of my surroundings, whether it's in live chats, whether it's, guarding what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, and you know what I mean? I'm very selective in who I support. I'm very selective about whose chats I'm in, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing with that, because it's at social media, in social media, you can be judged by who you associate with. You can be judged by, what you say. So you have to not have tunnel vision when it comes to social media. You see what I'm saying? So I've learned a lot. You have to be aware of your surroundings. With all the news and media going on, young people losing their life, so forth and so on. What I've learned is you have to be aware of your damn surroundings. Point blank, period. And adjust it. Quit having the blinders on and look at everything around you and behind you from time to time. Not saying you need to be paranoid. That's not what I'm trying to say. Stop, take a look at what you're doing from time to time, and just do a personal inventory of your life, of your family, of your kids, of your social media, of government. Take inventory. That's the main thing I'm talking about. You have to take inventory of what you do in your life. If you don't take inventory, you don't know what you got. You don't know what you have. You don't see the potential in things. So I hope this is very informative, because everything in life happens for a reason. Of course, we know that. But we see all the news and everything, and we don't realize that it's a teaching lesson. Take inventory of what you got. Take inventory of what you do. So I want you guys to do me a favor. First of all, hype up the video. Hype up the video so this great message can go out. But number two, if you agree with what I'm saying, if you got some comments, put it in the comments section. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that this is a message that should go out to everybody, you know, to our children. If you are a parent or a grandparent, or you got young people, this is especially great for them. Let them sit them down, and you don't even have to show them this video. You could just, as I said, take inventory and show them, or ask them questions. Ask them how their day goes. You know what I mean? But I want you guys to comment and put it in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video, because man, everything should be a teaching lesson. Take inventory of your life. Take the blinders off, look at the totality of your life, and move accordingly. So with that being said, your boy SBK is